There we go. Hello and welcome. Welcome to everyone near and far. Thank you for joining us today for a workshop about Canada student loans for part-time and full-time students. My name is Allison. I am the financial aid officer and my office is at the Terrace campus on the traditional territory of the CMTN people. And I'm grateful to be on this territory because we are surrounded by huge mountains and lots of greenery. It's truly a beautiful place to work and study. We also have a staff member on the line, Brittany Demidiros, and she will take attendance so that you can be registered in the tuition voucher draw for $500. And also, as we go through the agenda, Brittany or I will post some relevant links in the chat. So keep your eye on the chat. If you don't have it open, there should be a chat icon in the top right-hand side of your screen. You can just click, and then the chat will come up. So first, let's talk about the content of the workshop. We're going to talk about student loan and grant options for Canadian citizens and BC residents, defined as having lived in BC continuously for the last 12 months. We will talk about the part-time studies and the full-time studies financial aid programs offered by Student Aid BC. Eligibility, how to apply, what to expect, when to repay, and at the end of the session we will have a question and answer period, so you're welcome to ask questions throughout, but I might answer them during the presentation, so you can also save them for last. I believe I posted my email in the chat, aconway@coastmountaincollege.ca. So links for the workshop. I think I have to do screen share. So, okay, let's go back to the home page. So we're at the home page, go to student services, down to financial aid. These are the options. If you click on financial aid, then that will bring you to all of the goodies and awards, bursaries, and scholarships, all sorts of things here. So we want to talk about student loans today, and I think it would be good to go over the Student Aid BC website. So this workshop is aimed at Canadian students who are residents of BC as defined by having lived in BC for 12 months continuously, for the past 12 months continuously. So if that sounds like you, then you are likely eligible to apply to Student Aid BC for a student loan. If you're from another province within Canada, each province has their own student aid outfit. So it's when you get a student loan, it's comprised of a federal portion. So Canada, the country, provides some of the loan, and then also your province provides some of the loan and the grants. And depending on which province you're considered a resident of, the grants and loans that are provincially given will differ. So today we're talking about BC Student Aid, but feel free to send me an email if you're from out of province. International students from around the world, you will likely have financial aid given through your countries of origin. If you need assistance looking for information about where to find that, send me an email and I can help. So I guess let's go over to the Student Aid site. So Britt, I think you have the link. It's studentaidbc.ca.
Yeah, I'll link it in the chat for everyone here.
Awesome. Thank you. So this is where you go to find information about applying for student loans. Student Aid BC has two programs. One program is the part-time studies program. This is for students who are enrolled in a 20 to 40% of a full-time course load. So for example, say that you're in the business administration program or the university credit program, and you are taking one 3-credit course or two 3-credit courses. That would be 20 to 40%. Two courses would be 40%. So you could apply for a part-time studies loan. And the great thing about the part-time studies is that you have the option to only apply for grant money. So you don't have to apply for loan money. Every student loan application, whether it's part-time or full-time, is assessed based on need. It's assessed based on your family size and your income from the previous year, your gross income. So if you want to take one course or two courses, you can apply for this part-time loan. It doesn't allow for living expenses, but it will likely pay for your tuition, fees, books, and a little bit for miscellaneous. Let's see. And then if you are interested in applying for a full-time loan, you have to be a full-time student. So that is between 60 to 100% of a full-time course load. So again, for business administration or university credit students, you could be enrolled in 60 to 100% of a full-time course load to be eligible. 60% would be 3 courses at 3 credits. 100% is 5 courses at 3 credits each, so 15 credits. If you have any questions, just email me. The full-time loan application does allow for living expenses. Also, when you apply for either the part-time or the full-time studies program, your application is automatically assessed for grants that may be available to you, and grant money you don't have to pay back. So you'll be assessed for, say, $10,000, and you're eligible to receive $4,000 of that in grants. That means that you only really have to pay $6,000 back. And this is a really good year for grants because of COVID. All of the grants have been basically doubled. So great year for student loans. So let's see, where do we find the information? So let's just have a look at the Student Aid BC site and see what's on here. Plan your future. Manage your debt.
Pop in. There's a question in the chat here just to clarify. Manpreet is just wondering if this is going to be eligible to international students at all, or if we're just speaking directly to our students who are Canadian citizens.
This is only available to Canadian citizens and residents of BC who have lived in British Columbia for the last 12 months continuously. So it's likely not applicable to international students, but it's valuable information because, for one, by attending this session, even if you're international, you're entered into the tuition voucher draw for $500, right? Every workshop you attend is another entry into the draw. And also you might have a friend that's interested. And also, if you become a permanent resident in Canada, then this could be applicable to you as well. If you're an international student, so not a Canadian resident, not a resident of BC, then you will have to check your own government websites for student aid. In Canada, every province, so our country of Canada and every province within Canada, so British Columbia, Alberta, we have student aid available on a federal level and on a provincial level, but you have to be a Canadian citizen and a BC resident to access funding through Student Aid BC. All right, so let's just get back to looking at the website. Plan your future, explore funding options so you can learn more about the full-time student funding, part-time student funding, grants, scholarships, and other financial supports. Apply for a loan, maintain your loan, repay your loan. And then form library, different forms are available. So let's talk about part-time funding first. So I'm going to click into the part-time student funding. So it just gives us some information about what it will cover, determine the eligibility, and how to apply. So and also let's see, we see some of this information here about having a permanent disability. So if you're a student with a permanent disability and you want to apply for a student loan, then you can fill out paperwork. It's called an Appendix 8. It's available on the website under the form library, Appendix 8. And basically when you fill that out, you are applying for person with disability status through Student Aid BC for the purposes of student loans. And if you're successful at that, so if your doctor can document that you have a permanent long-term disability that affects your ability to function, then if you're successful, then you get a person with disabilities status for the purposes of Student Aid BC, and that allows you to access disability grants, and it also enables you to be considered full-time at a 40% course load. So you could apply for either the part-time program that doesn't give living expenses, or you can choose to apply for the full-time program that does give living expenses. So, and you would have access to the other disability grants and whatnot that are available through the province and federally. So back to part-time students. So the part-time studies program covers tuition, books, supplies, transportation, and childcare up to the maximum. So if you have dependents, you will get maybe like $100 or $200 extra on that. So how to apply for a part-time loan? We'll just click this link, and it will bring us to the download form option. This is for the 2020-2021 year, and you can download the form. So sometimes it doesn't download from the website. You'll get this message, and in times like that, I just switch to another browser. And basically on the form, what it's going to ask you is your name, where you're studying, what courses you're taking. And so you would fill out that part, and the back page would be for me to fill out. So you can drop the form off at your Terrace campus, at your local campus, and they'll forward it to me. And then I complete the financial aid section. I enter it into the computer, and then we'll see what you're assessed for, and then we'll have some communication after that. Let's talk about the full-time student loan program. So let's go back up to explore funding options, full-time student funding. So as I mentioned before, the full-time student loan program does offer living expenses, so they'll give you some money for rent, etc. So on this page, you can see if you're eligible, information, how to apply for a loan. So the full-time studies loan is, the application process is different from the part-time studies application. The part-time studies application is paper-based, and the full-time studies application requires you to register on this site. So you have to register on the Student Aid BC site, create a username and a password and security codes, and then to apply, there's a link. So once you have a student name, once you have an account with Student Aid BC, then you can sign into what's called your dashboard, and then you can access the full-time studies loan application. And it's basically a link. You click a button, a fillable PDF form will come up, and then you just start answering questions and filling in the information. It's a really easy form. Information that you'll need to have to complete it is your 2019 income tax, because they're going to want to know your gross income. And basically, other than that, you can just go through it and answer the questions. The nice thing about it is that you can also just you don't have to complete the entire application in one go at one time. So you can just save it, and then, like, say you didn't have your income tax information, you could just fill out half, save it, and then go find your tax info, come back, open the document, complete it. So not until you click submit does it actually send. So once that happens, then your application gets sent to Student Aid BC, and then they will review it and assess your needs. And then they will contact you and let you know next steps. So say that you are applying for a full-time loan and you have your first step is to register on the site. So you want to click register here, and no account, register for a Student Aid BC user ID. They're going to ask you what's your name, what's your email address, social insurance number, and then create your user ID and password and some security questions, all that stuff. And then you click create an account. And then I'm not sure exactly what it says, but I think it will tell you to log in again with a BC services card. So this is kind of where it gets a little hard for some students, because this is a new ID verification process from the government. So basically what you do is you register for a Student Aid BC account on the site, and then you have to sync your BC services card with the website. We do have a PDF of simplified directions. Brittany, were you able to get marketing to post that?
Yes, it is posted.
Can you please assign the link for that, or post the link for that, please?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So if you get to that, when you get to that spot, view the simplified directions. It will save you a lot of time. But the short and sweet is you need to get a BC Services card, which is free, and you can get it from the Access Center. I believe every city has an Access Center. In Terrace, ours is down by the Husky. So you get your BC Services card, and then you have to, on your cell phone, download the BC Services app. So once you've done that, then you go to a desktop computer and you have the app open on your mobile phone. You've got Student Aid BC open on your desktop computer, and you would click the login with BC Services card. And then you choose use a mobile card, and then you get this unique pairing code. So then on your mobile device, you enter this code, and ta-da, they sync together, your ID is verified, and then you're able to view your Student Aid BC dashboard, and you're able to view that full-time studies application link so you can complete your loan application. Once you complete your loan application and Student Aid BC has assessed it, they will send you what's called a notification of assessment letter. So they'll send that to you by mail through Canada Post, and they'll also post a copy of it. They'll post a PDF in your Student Aid BC messages center, and it will tell you what you've been approved for. So what am I getting for loans, for grants, and directions for next steps, and also disbursement dates. So once you do that, oh, sorry. So on the notification of assessment letter, if you're doing a full-time studies program, then they'll also give you a 10-digit master student financial aid agreement number. That's your loan document number. So you'd use that number given on your letter to basically activate the payment of your loan. There's directions. They ask you to register online on another site. National Student Loan Service Center. No, National Student Loan Service Center. So, sorry if this is getting convoluted. It is. It's hard to speak about. It's not that hard. Hopefully, I'm not making it sound hard. Basically, the National Student Loan Service Center is the federal body. So, National Student Loan Service Center, and then you have like Student Aid BC, Student Aid Alberta. Everyone reports to the National Student Loan Service Center, and they are actually the people that are lending you your loan. So you apply through Student Aid BC, and they assess your application. But the National Student Loan Service Center is the body with which you're actually getting your loan from. So they're the people who will deposit the money into your account. And you can do some other things on this website. So let's just talk about that. So where were we before though? So you get your so you apply for your loan, you get your master student financial aid agreement number and directions to come to this site and register. So register online, basically, normal registration processes. You're setting up a username. And to activate your loan, you'll have to use that 10-digit master student financial aid number or financial agreement number from your notification of assessment letter. You have to enter it in here. And also your direct deposit banking information. So you can get that from a direct deposit sheet from your bank, or you can also get those numbers from a check. Then you enter them in, and generally, generally our programs run from September, so our fall semester is from September to December, and our winter semester is from January until April. So students who apply for the full-time student loans, and also the part-time student loans, you'll get your payment the first week of the semester. So for fall semester, if you've applied for a part-time or a full-time loan, you'll get payment likely the first day of school or within 3 to 5 business days afterwards. If you've applied for a full-time loan and you've applied for both the fall and the winter semesters, then you'll get your payment first week of the semester in September, and then first week of the semester in January. All right, so I'm just going to have a look, see if I wrote down any other notes. No, I did not. Are there any questions? Let's see. No questions? Are we having fun yet? Britt, anyone on the line? Ideas? That's basically the gist of the Student Aid BC process.
Sorry. Hello?
Hello, Simona?
Yes, hi.
Hi, Simona.
Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm just actually I'm lost at regarding with the BC Care Card. I follow you until that time, and then after that, it's becoming a little bit complicated with the app and everything together. But like with the card and the website and stuff like that. And I was thinking if it's possible, like sometime maybe we can connect again and we go through together.
Sure.
You are available sometime at the college?
Yeah, this is a really busy week for me, but hopefully let's try to do that sooner than later. Send me an email and we'll try to meet this week and we can do a Blue Jeans meeting just like we're doing now and go over the steps together. Does that work?
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Allison.
Um,
It's Britt. There's just a question in the chat from Ben. They're just wondering, is there any important deadlines that they need to know about?
yeah, there's a couple. So for students who are applying for loans, um, if you let me know, or if you let someone at your college campus know that you're going to apply for a student loan, then we'll put a note on your account. So basically, it's a tuition deferral note. So then you can disregard those tuition deadline emails that you might get because we know that you're applying for a student loan. So you won't be withdrawn for not paying your tuition. We realize that tuition doesn't come until the first week of class. So that's something to do ahead of time. As far as applying for student loans, um, if you're intending to use your loan for tuition, then you should definitely apply like a month before your class starts. Um, a month and a half before at most. I wouldn't do it like 6 months in advance or 4 months in advance. That's way too early. But the nice thing also about the part-time student loan and the full-time student loan is you have up until 6 weeks prior to the end date of your program in the program year to apply. So you don't, I mean, if you start the semester off, you're doing well financially, you've paid your tuition, all is good, and then suddenly you find yourself in a situation where you need a student loan, it's not too late as long as you apply at least 6 weeks before the end date of your program. No more important deadlines. No, not that I can think of. Well, what else? Lots of students are concerned about budgeting as well. Oh, that brings me to another point. If you do a full-time student loan, say you do a full-time student loan for the program year, so for September to April, so that's the fall semester and the winter semester. Then you will get 2 payments from the National Student Loan Service Center. You'll get a payment at the beginning of the fall semester in September and a payment in the beginning of the winter semester in January. Payments in the fall are usually, are mostly grants and the federal portion. So the Canada student loan portion plus grants. So you tend to get more money in the fall than you do in the winter if you're doing that full year loan. Your payment in the fall will be more than your payment in the winter because in the fall it's federally more funds from Canada from you know what I mean. And then in winter in January, it's more provincial funds, so it's a little bit less. So if you're budgeting for your whole year, you want to use your notification of assessment letter that I mentioned before, that Student Aid BC will send you, that will tell you what grants, what loans you've been assessed for, and what your payment dates are. So that's lots of students miss that and yeah, they don't know what they're going to get or don't budget, accurately. They might think that they're getting the same amount in winter as they did in fall, like it's split in half and it's not. So pay attention to that notification of assessment letter and save it. And what else? There's a budget in the Student Aid BC. site. So I'm just going back to studentaidbc.ca, and we're going to go into the form library. And forms for the 2020-21 year. This is the Appendix 8 that I was talking about for the, if you want to apply for the permanent disabilities status. Part-time studies application here. And then last year's forms. Standard forms. So if you are, if you're getting a student loan and you withdraw early, then I have to report that. I'd use the withdrawal notification program. If you're withdrawing because of medical reasons, there is no consequence. If you don't complete your studies, then I have to send in a form, and that may affect your ability to get student loans in the future. Also, like what happens if you have a student loan and then you fail, or you have to withdraw? You may, if you've already received your funds, then that might put you into what they call an over award, and so you may have to pay back some of the money you've received. Or else, if you apply for the next term, then they might deduct that amount that you've been over awarded from your next student loan. So it's all, they keep track of it all. Let's see, what else? What are we looking for here? We were looking for something. There's so much going on, I can't remember. Oh, budget worksheet. Here we go. So this is a good thing if you're trying to plan out your budget. So study period costs. So you could do that for the semester or for the full year. List out your costs. There you go. It'll give you the amount that you need to go to school. So good little exercise. Yeah, I guess that's about it. That's all that I have. So if there are any questions, again, open up the floor. All right. Well, I will give you all back the gift of time. We're at 1:35. Thank you so much. The next session, what's the next session I'm doing? I think it's awards. What am I doing next? Awards, bursaries, and scholarships. Yeah, let's see. Friday, August 28th at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I will be giving a workshop on Coast Mountain College awards, bursaries, and scholarships. And also external awards, bursaries, and scholarships. We'll review our website. There are tons of opportunities out there, whether you're full-time or part-time. Basically, like, wow, some of our students, some will get like $5,000, $2,500. Like it's really cool. I think last fall semester, we gave out something like $60,000 among students. So the Coast Mountain College awards, bursaries, and scholarships, those are available to Canadian students, students, and some are for residents of BC, but some aren't. You just have to be a Canadian citizen. And then we also have a page of like over 100 awards that are offered by external organizations, and those are available to Canadian students and international students. So yeah, and it's just it's good to know the process of how to apply. So please join us. Yeah. Okay, then. Well, thank you very much. You guys all take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.